Houston and its environment continue to be the top place for real estate rental property investors, specifically to invest. As a matter of fact, Financial Times rates Houston as the #1 place to invest in 2024, alongside with other 6 Texas cities, including Dallas, Austin, and San Antonio. In this video, I always get asked the question of, hey Wale, I have done some research. I know Houston is a good place to invest, but where exactly should I start my, rental property investing journey? So this is a question I cannot just answer in 1 minute or 2 minute phone call. So I'm making this video. Hopefully it will help someone like you to make an informed decision to know what part of Houston should you be investing. In addition to that, it even make it more difficult for me because Houston has about 7.6 million people within Greater Houston and the surrounding cities. So it's going to be extremely difficult to just tell you, go and invest here without having a little bit of a breakdown so you can really understand what are the fundamentals that makes these cities or this neighborhood a top place to buy your rental property. Hi guys, my name is Wale Lawal. If you're meeting me for the first time, I am a real estate agent. I'm also a real estate investor here in the Houston, Texas market. I own a couple of single family and small multi-family, and they are all in Houston, Texas again. Now, I have worked with over 200 investors. Most of them are new, maybe just like you, that you're just getting started and you just need somebody to hold your hand, to guide you, and to give you that help to get your momentum and to actually get yourself started in real estate. So if you want to find more help about real estate, I do recommend you reach out to me. Now, while this video is a little bit long, I understand that it might be very difficult to retain a lot of the information. So what I've done is to put a breakdown of this neighborhood/cities comparison together, and you can easily download it in the show notes below. In this video, I cover my top 5 cities you should consider if you are very serious about investing in the Houston area, and my focus is on buy and hold long-term rentals. #1 is going to blow your mind as you will see that, wow, how come I've been missing these particular cities that probably I've heard about. Many people talk about it all the time, but I just didn't do anything about it. Also, you want to watch to the end because at the end, I gave you, some uncommon, unpopular opinion about these particular cities that would definitely, allow you to make an informed decision. All right, let's dive into the video. Before I dive into the video, I want to explain some 8 fundamentals that you should consider before you even choose any market to invest in. This is not only specific to Houston, but you really want to have these 8 factors. You want to understand them so that way you know that, hey, if I'm going to be investing, I need to make sure all these 8 factors are check. So that way you don't have to stress yourself because you've done your due diligence up front. The #1 is investment strategy. What kind of investment strategy do you actually want to implement? Are you going to be doing a buy and hold, fix and flip, or wholesaling, or apartment syndication, or private money lending? You have to know what is the kind of strategy you want to implement and what market supports that. #2 is the property type. Are you going to be buying single family or multi-family? You need to know that. What are your passion and interests? That's #3. What is your risk tolerance? How much is too much for you? How much, can you take? You have to know because every investment have their own risk. #5, you have to know, are you investing for cash flow, or you are investing for appreciation, or you are investing for both? You have to be clear with this one because sometimes some markets will give you appreciation, they will not give you any cash flow, but this is the reality. You can actually cash flow with any property if you can put more money down. So pretty much you're buying cash flow at that point. Available capital you have to invest is my #6 factor to consider before you decide on any market, including Houston, Texas. #7, are you going to be investing actively or passively? You have to define that based on your schedule. You have to know what kind of investor do you want to be at the beginning. Of course, you can always tweak your strategy as you go. You can always tweak your plan, but you have to know at the beginning, my year 1, what do I want to do? Active or passive? You have to know how much time do I even have for real estate? Do I want to do this part-time, full-time, or I just want to do it, if anything, follow my laps? You have to clearly define that, because if you don't define that, you will get frustrated because you will be expecting to get a return that those that are investing full-time are getting, but you are only putting a part-time effort. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. And the #8 is you have to leverage on your, what I call your weakness and your strength and your unfair advantage. You have to understand these three things. What are your unfair advantage that you have over other people? Maybe you have your sister, your cousin, your brother live in Houston. Maybe your family member is a general contractor. Maybe your high school buddy is a good real estate agent that you can partner with or contract. Just know what are your unfair advantage that you can leverage on. And also you have to understand what are your weakness and your strengths. So that way you are not, pushing yourself beyond your limits. Now that we are clear with the 8 fundamentals factor that you should consider before you choose any market. So I will jump in to my number 5. Now, number 5 on my list is Montrose. Montrose have an average home price of about $570,000. It's very close to downtown. You can expect to have a lot of vibrant activities. Most people that live here, they are in their 20s to 40s because they still want to enjoy that nightlife. It's very close to almost everything. Talk about restaurant, talk about parks, talk about gym, easy access to a lot of highways, and this is why a lot of people like Montrose. In addition to that, it's very close to Museum District, which has a lot of, cultural diversity. As a matter of fact, over 50 different cultures are there, and people just enjoy the vibe of seeing different culture, different people from different, different community, different backgrounds, different walks of life, different countries as well. So this is why people choose Montrose, because they just like that vibe, and it has a lot of historical, story behind it, and people just want to relate with that. Now, I do have to warn you that Montrose is very, expensive. This is not for everybody. That's why it's very important to know what is your strategy. Are you looking for cash flow? Are you looking for appreciation? And that will guide you to know, do I go for Montrose or should I go for something else? Number 4 on my list is the Greater Heights. Heights is very common, or you call it Independent Heights as well. It's very common because it has seen a lot of growth in the last 10 years. I know a couple of people that regret not buying in the Heights because they were just too afraid to take action. Now Heights is a little bit pricey for them, and they cannot just get into the market anymore. But hey, Heights is a good place to consider if you are definitely looking for modern lifestyle. You're looking for a place that have a mix of historical background on it, and it also has a new development. Plus Heights, average single family home in the Heights right now is about $610,000. So you want to know that, hey, is this going to support your goal? If it's not going to support it, I'll give you other ones that may support it. Generally, if you're buying close to downtown, you will see more appreciation but less cash flow. If you're buying a little bit in the suburb, you will see a mix of appreciation and cash flow. Now, if you're buying further away from town, I'm talking about maybe about 45, 50 minutes, of downtown, you will see more cash flow but less appreciation. These are also considered tertiary market. Number 3 on my list is Midtown. Midtown has a price range of a single family home for about $360,000 or so. Now, these are still considered close to downtown. People like it because of the energy, because of the nightlife, because of proximity to a lot of things there. And, there's a lot of condos, there's a lot of townhomes. You can see a lot of single family as well. Now, this neighborhood can also, have a mix of some older properties and newer properties because things are kind of gentrifying in that area as well. People find them attractive, so people are buying there, and it made it to my number 3. Number 2 on my list is Cypress, Texas. Cypress is very, very well, known for a lot of people because it's close to Highway 290, Highway 99, Highway 6. It's known for a family-oriented, place. A lot of people that live here are professionals. They make decent income and they have pride in their neighborhood. You also find out that Cypress Fairbank ISD is one of the top rated in overall of Texas, and people want their children to go to these schools. Hence, people are buying houses here, and it's always been a destination for very savvy real estate investor, and good quality tenants are also looking in Cypress. Average home price in Cypress right now is around $375,000. I'm talking about single family home, and also they can rent for around $2,500 to $2,600 depending on the size of the room, but on the average is about 0.65 rent to price ratio. If you use your rent divided by your purchase price, you can get around 0.65. There's a lot of fun activities to do in Cypress, both for the kids and for the adults. Of course, there's always going to be something to do because these are community that are really family. They have strong family roots, and they like to uphold that, family-oriented community. Now, Cypress has also enjoyed about 3.6, annual appreciation. This is the rate at which, property increase in value. So 3.6, which is above the national average, and with all these benefits, people find Cypress as the top choice for them to invest every time. Plus, you get quality tenants here because they will not give you headache. Most of them are professionals. If you're a landlord, it makes your life way easier when you are dealing with, quality tenants. So I always tell my people, the quality of your product determines the quality of your customer. That is, the quality of your property you have for rent determines the quality of the tenants that will be coming forward to get your property. Now, Cypress is just 29 miles to downtown Houston, so it's very close and easy through your Highway 290. You can be in downtown Houston within, 29 miles. Now, to my number one on my list is Katy, Texas. Katy is very, very well known for the high rating of the Katy ISD. Katy ISD is probably the if not number one in the Houston area, probably going to sit around number two. And there's a reason for this, right? The schools are very good and people love the community here. There's a lot of subdivision in Katy. There's a lot of new construction in Katy. And average home price in Katy is around $350,000 right now. If you're looking to buy a rental property, you can still get something around $310,000, $320,000 in Katy. And they typically will rent for around $2,300. So which means you are getting about 0.7 for your rent to price ratio. Now, rent to homeowners ratio is around 29% to 79%. 79% means that 79% of people living in Katy, they own their house, while 29% means that they are renting. So this is a very good ratio because it's even less than 30%. It means that majority own their house there, which again buttressing the points that is a family-oriented community. People like to own their house there. They like the community. They like the school. So for you as an investor, it means that you are not buying in a place that's flooded with rentals. So your competition are kind of limited, and you can, of course, charge a reasonable amount for your property, and the quality tenant will also come forward for it, and most of the time they will pay you what you're asking for because they want their kids to go to school there. With a growing population of about 23,000 people as at the time of recording this video in 2024, Katy continued to be a top choice for savvy real estate investors and for quality tenants that are looking for the best for their kids. Now, this is very shocking. Katy has enjoyed or has witnessed around 98.71% growth in the last 10 years. Katy has grown and is still growing. People are moving here from California, from New York, from New Jersey, and Katy is always a top choice for them because of the benefits I've mentioned above. Katy is about 30 miles to downtown Houston, so it's very easy to access everywhere, and people love it here. So I told you at the beginning that this is a very, a lot of information I'm giving you. I don't want to overwhelm you, so I will put the link below to download the comparison where you can compare the all the neighborhoods and see which one really jive, which one vibe with your goal, with your real estate goal, and of course from there you can make a decision. And I'm always accessible if you have any question, any concern, or you're looking to invest or buy property in Houston. I'm always accessible. Feel free to reach out to me. You can find all my contact information in the description below, and I will be willing to help you as much as I can. If you find value in this video, make sure to like it, comment below, let me know what you're thinking, let me know what part of neighborhood that you probably have it as your own number one choice but you didn't make it to my list, or just comment anything you have in the comment section below and I will dare to reply you. Now, Houston is very big. There's a lot of other neighborhood, other pockets that I probably didn't mention here, but the idea of this video is not to overwhelm you. It's just to give you my own top 5 that I've found very attractive, that have helped people to acquire investment property there, and that I know they are doing well. It does not mean other parts of Houston would not, make it as well. It just means that these are my own top 5. You might have your own top 2 that are different from my own top 5. There is no any wrong way, provided those neighborhood or those cities support your long-term goal. For real estate, you can never go wrong. And again, go back to the fundamentals. If all these things check, feel free to go ahead and invest there. You should not. You should be on the right track if you follow those guidelines. That being said, I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.